Well, good afternoon, and God bless you wherever you might be tuning in. High school basketball on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network, DMS, and Mike Birmingham and I got our official jackets today that say Dansville Mustangs Sports Network on them. So I guess that's a good thing, and our thanks to Dave Moody and company along that line. I guess it makes it look official. One of the things that we mentioned about 2 weeks ago was when this season started, this abbreviated season started, you're going to blink your eye and it's going to be over with. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's the final day of the regular season. Hard to believe as it might be. These two teams match up for the final time. And, of course, on the line, sectional positioning. For the Dansville Mustangs, it could mean sectional positioning or not sectional positioning at this point in time. If the Mustangs win, they would move to the 5 spot and probably play at Palmac on Monday. Meanwhile, should they lose, from Dave Moody's calculations, there would be a tie for the 8th spot with Northeast Douglas. It is uncertain what the tiebreaker is here in this COVID campaign. Dave Moody is hoping it'll be wins because Dansville would have more wins than Northeast Douglas would. But we'll have to sit back, wait and see. As for Kirk Scholes and the Hornell Red Raiders, they will be on the road either way, probably either at Palmac or Livonia, depending upon win or lose for the Red Raiders. And, of course, the Red Raiders playing minus 2 starters, Jackson White and Colin McCumsky, who are both out with injuries. Jackson White with a broken wrist and Colin McCumsky with a knee injury, which has certainly hampered the progress of things in the Red Raider camp. But at any rate, Kirk Scholes still keeps plugging along, and so does Hornell. And we'll have to wait and see where things shake out tonight here. That will, shall we say, will shake into the sectional tournament in Class B1. For Class B1 next week, games would be played on Monday, Wednesday. The championship game would be played on Friday, and the higher seed would host. As for the girls, that would be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday of next week, again with the higher seed hosting. The Dansville girls stand a chance of hosting possibly Tuesday and Thursday. Well, let's honor those who have served, those who are serving, with our national anthem. Well, for the final time during the regular season, we hear the playing of the national anthem. And next week, it will be postseason time. And, of course, winners will go on, losers will go home.
Introducing
well, let's check tonight's starting lineup.
Visiting Hornell Red Raiders.
Joining Sean Race, the Hornell Red Raiders, they'll be going with Gennaro Pico at one of the guard spots. He is a 6-foot freshman. Jonas Scotty at the other guard, a 5'8" senior. Andrew
AJ
Hoyt,
Hoyt.
a 6-foot junior.
Number 22,
Griffin Baker, a 6'2 junior at the other
And number
forward, and
34,
number 34, Eli Dunn.
The Hornell Red Raiders are coached
He is a
by
6'6
Kirk
senior,
Scholes.
Kirk Scholes.
And now,
And the Red Raiders
introducing
come
the
in with a
starting
record
lineup
of
for your
6-4.
Dansville Mustangs.
As for the Dansville Mustangs, they'll shape up
Number
this
2,
way.
Caleb
Brigden will open at one guard, a 5'4 junior.
Number 11,
Colin Gray will be one of the forwards, a 6'1 sophomore.
Number 14,
Drew Morrow, the big guy in the
Morrow.
middle, a 6'5 junior.
Number
The other
20,
guard will be Tyler Harris, a 5'11 sophomore, and Jonah Gray, a 6'1 senior, at the other guard spot.
The Dansville Mustangs are coached by Dave
His
Moody.
squad comes in with a record of
Our
5-4.
officials for tonight's game, Bill Colby and Darren Wynn.
So Bill Colby and Darren Wing are officials for tonight. The Hornell Red Raiders moving from right to left in their road red jerseys with navy numerals trimmed in white. Dansville in their home white jerseys with black numerals trimmed in red. And ladies and gentlemen, the regular season finale is underway at the Corral. Scotty across midcourt, rigged in on him. High post pass on the right side. Pico tries to get the shot away, but Scotty will launch it from downtown. No good rebound. Caleb Rigdon and Gennaro Pico come away with it, and the possession arrow favors the Mustangs. Dansville's JVs came from behind to win 44-33 earlier today. We'll have more on that at halftime. Four-court pass, Morrow baseline right, spinning baseline, shooting and scoring. And the lid is off Pandora's box as Drew Morrow drops a bucket at the 7:30 mark and gives Dansville a 2-0 lead. Left-hand side, Griffin Baker feeds it back out on top. They swing it right side. Using up the dribble. On that side, Scotty, left side pass deflected away momentarily by Jonah Gray. Scotty, top of the arc, looking to penetrate from downtown for three, and AJ Hoyt. So Hoyt drains a three-pointer, and the Red Raiders take a 3-2 lead. Ball stolen away out front. Pico skying and scoring on the right-hand side. So Gennaro Pico, a steal in the deuce at the 6:42 mark, and it's 5-2 Hornell. Out front, Jonah Gray, right side, off the window, no good, tipped up off the glass. Colin Gray, no good there. Dunn outlets, four-court pass on the right-hand side. It's A.J. Hoyt again, down low, swinging out front, ball tipped away by Riggin, taken away by Jonah Gray. Right side, it's Rigdon outside the arc. Back on top, Harris launching from way downtown. Back iron, no good. Jonah Gray in the paint, cuts to the hole. Nope, too many steps. Well, nice thought, but the NBA continuation rule doesn't work here in high school. Sometimes you get that 1, 2, 3, 4. Colin Gray picks up the foul at midcourt. His first, team's first. Last night, the Dansville girls defeated Hornell 65-50. That game was not as close as the final score would indicate. We'll have more on that one at halftime as well. Sectional play for the girls will unfold Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday next week for Kristen Kirshner's squad. We will have live coverage Tuesday night of the opener, as we believe the opponent will be the Haverling Rams, a team that Dansville has not always had an easy time with, so it should be interesting. We have not certain yet of the game time. Hopefully we will have more. Whistle and a foul out front on the right sideline. I believe it's Jonas Scotty. Oh, no, check it. It was Griffin Baker whistle for the foul. His first, team's first. I'll try and keep you informed once we know exactly what time those sectional games are. Of course, the winners go on, the losers go home, so the Dansville girls have a chance to host Tuesday, and with a win, could host again on Thursday. But Saturday's game, should they be playing number 1 Waterloo, they would have to go on the road. Spinning right-hand side, whistle and a foul on the reach-in. Once again, it's Griffin Baker. Baker with his second personal foul at the 5:27 mark. He will check out. Dylan Harwood in for Kirk Skoll's squad. Underneath on the right, Colin Gray to Morrow. Morrow outside the arc, returns it. Colin left side of the arc, gets it back, makes a move. Foul line extended left side, no good. Rebounded by Harris. Ball taken away by Pico. Pico on the move up the floor. Whistle. Nope. Offensive foul out front. Leading with the elbow, Gennaro Pico. That's his first. Team's third. So Kirk Scholes, a warning from the official. And of course, the Red Raiders come in here hungry after Dansville defeated Hornell earlier this year down at Maple City Garden. Bounce pass underneath, escapes Drew Morrow. I almost think somebody got a hand on it and deflected it once or twice. Had kind of a funny spin to it, but at any rate, Hornell takes over. Man-to-man pressure all over the floor for Dansville in the middle. Harwood with it, gets it ahead right side to Dunn. Left side, Scotty looks down low, left side, gets it back on top. They'll circle it right. Pico to the right side corner. Dunn crossing down low is Scotty. Good anticipation defensively for Dansville as Colin Gray deflected it. It actually hit Jonas Scotty on the way out of bounds, and the Mustangs get the basketball back. 4:38 left to play in the first. Hornell with a 5-2 lead. On top, it's Harris. Directing traffic, loses the handle on it while he's directing. Whistle and a foul out front. It's going to be on Colin Gray. That's his second. So Colin Gray with his second at the 4:26 mark. Out front, Pico with it, makes a move to the left side of the arc, back on top. Harwood reverses it, Scotty back. Harwood puts it on the floor, ball knocked away by Jonah Gray momentarily. Scotty makes a move in the paint, leaves it baseline right, left it on the blocks, but Eli Dunn was crashing the boards thinking that Scotty was going to put it on the window instead of leave it for him. So Dansville gets it back off of the turnover. Lob pass from Morrow is tipped away and out of bounds. Good hustle, though, by A.J. Hoyt. Dawson Wadsworth in. Colin Gray out. 3:54 left to play in the first. Hornell with a 5-2 lead. Right side corner, it's Wadsworth. Swinging it back out front. Harris outside the arc, 17 on the shot clock. Left side corner, it's Wadsworth for three. No good. Rebound to Eli Dunn. Forecourt, Scotty takes it across the timeline, makes a move down the middle, splits two defenders, floats it up and in. Jonas Scotty with a nice dribble drive there. And with 3:29 remaining, it's a 7-2 Hornell lead. Here in the first, ball stolen away by Dunn out front. Leaves it for Scotty. Left side, Pico downtown, no good. Rebound, Jonah Gray for Dansville. Whistle and a timeout, Dansville. So Dave Moody with a timeout. 3:16 left to play at the Corral on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network with your score in boys basketball. It's Hornell 7, Dansville 2. Well, with the sectionals coming up for both the boys and the girls next week, not certain of what the time will be. And of course, at this point in time, it's not a situation of accommodating the fans, the few that there will be. So we'll have to wait and see. Cross-court pass, Mustangs. Wadsworth from downtown, no good. Long rebound, Rigdon gathers it in. takes it back into the paint, tries to leave it for Morrow, but the ball taken away by Dunn. Up the floor, Pico, floating, shooting, no good, whistling a foul. I think it was Dawson Wadsworth reaching in on that one, and that's who it was. So Wadsworth with his first, team's third, and going to the line, Gennaro Pico. So Pico on the line, 2:53 left here in the first. Can't get the first one to fall. Hornell with a 7-2 lead, trying to avenge an earlier season loss to the Dansville Mustangs in the Maple City by 10. So Pico gets one of two. The freshman guard, 8-2 Hornell. Left side, it's Wadsworth. Wadsworth trapped, double team trap, loses it out of bounds, but they said it hit one of the Red Raiders on the way out. And Wilkinson retrieving the ball on the other side. Ball comes in out front to Rigdon. Rigdon handling it on top. Makes a move to the top of the arc. Uses up the dribble, looking for some help. Gets it from Harris. Stolen away. Pico looking to go coast to coast. Shooting and scoring. 2+1 for Gennaro Pico. Foul on Harris. So Pico with a 2+1 opportunity, 2:27 showing on the timer, and Hornell has now built a 10-2 lead with an opportunity to make it a 9-point advantage here in this first quarter. Pico got it. So Pico drops it, and it's 11-2 in favor of the Red Raiders. Midcourt, it's Harris. Whistle, offensive foul out front, and it's on Jacob Smith for an illegal screen. His first, team's fifth. And Scotty across midcourt into the paint. Short jumper, gets it to drop. Can't give Scotty those jumpers. And Scotty all of a sudden pulls up lame, and that's certainly not a sight that Kirk Scholes wants to see. Christian Babcock getting set to check in. Might have turned an ankle over, and hopefully he is okay to continue. Hornell already playing without Jackson White, who had a broken wrist. Colin McCumsky with a knee. And now Scotty checks out. And we'll see if Scotty returns or not. 2:09 left, and it's a 13-2 Hornell lead. Red Raiders. Forecourt pass, even too tall for Drew Morrow. So the unforced error gives Hornell an opportunity to add to their lead. They lead at 13-2 here at the Mustangs Corral. Dansville looking to finish above 500 if they can, instead of at 500. Left side, they'll tuck it down low. Dunn loses the handle. It's picked off there. Drew Morrow pushing it up the floor on the right-hand side. Whistle, offensive foul. It's going to be on Morrow. His first personal foul, team's sixth. 1:43 left to play here in the first. 13-2 Hornell. It's been all Red Raiders in period one. Dansville got the first bucket of the period, and that's it. Foul on Dansville. And it is going to be on Jacob Smith. That's his second. So going to the line is going to be Gennaro Pico. So the freshman on the line and rims it out. Can't get it to drop. Rebound, Drew Morrow. 1.5 left to play in the first. Left side corner. Harris with a ball fake. Back out front. Wadsworth swings it right side. Colin Gray is back in with his two personals. Dawson Wadsworth. Wadsworth, if he gets hot, he can bring the Mustangs right back in. High post pass, ball tipped away, taken away by the Red Raiders. Harwood comes up with it. Pico pushing it ahead. The freshman weaves his way into the paint, back out front, downtown. It's Hoyt. He's got it. Hoyt from downtown with a three-pointer, and with 53 seconds left, it's 16-2 Red Raiders. Ball stolen away. Babcock with it. Forecourt pass, no whistle, and turned it over. Got that dribble up a little too high. So a 16-2 Hornell lead with 46 seconds left to play. The Mustangs scored the first bucket on a Drew Morrow basket, and Hornell has scored everything else. On top, it's Wadsworth, left side Colin Gray. Right side wing, Harris pulls the trigger, no good. Morrow with a rebound, spinning in the paint, shooting and scoring. So Morrow, with 26 seconds left, makes it a 16-4 Red Raider lead. Hornell, with 20 seconds left, looking to take the final shot of this first quarter. High post pass, jumper at the foul line, Harwood, no good. Mustangs with 12 seconds left. Harris pushing it up the floor down the middle. Out front, whistle and a foul called on Babcock. Babcock with his first personal, team's fourth. 6 seconds remain, and Colin Gray will put the ball in play underneath on the right-hand side. Checking in for Hornell, Noah Kratz. So Kratz in. Gray out front, outside jumper, Jonah Gray. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds with 2 seconds left to go. It'll be Hornell basketball. So the Red Raiders will get the final shot off, leading by a dozen. So Dylan Harwood looking to get it in the backcourt, gives it to Kratz with 2, with 1 at the buzzer. No good. We've come to the end of one at the Corral in boys basketball on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Quarter number 1 has been all Red Raiders, friends. It's Hornell 16, Dansville 4. Well, the first time these two teams met, Dansville with a 57-47 win in Red Raider country. Drew Morrow with 14 points, 14 rebounds. Tyler Harris with a dozen in that one. Gennaro Pico with 19. Eli Dunn with 15 for the Red Raiders in that one. But the game after Jackson White went out for the season. So Pico across midcourt as we start quarter number 2. Whistle, traveling call. Babcock established one pivot foot and dragged it, trying to get that pass away, said the official. So this is the key for Dansville right here, is when these kind of turnovers occur, you've got to take advantage of these possessions. Right side corner, it's Jonah Gray, whistle and an offensive foul away from the ball. And I believe it was Colin Gray again, or check it, no, it was Drew Morrow. Morrow with his second. So Pico across midcourt, 16-4 Hornell as we start number 2. Harwood at the foul line, left side Babcock launching it, no good. Right side rebound, tracked down. Harwood along the baseline, cuts opposite. Babcock gives it up right side, Noah Kratz. 3, got it. Noah Kratz. So Kratz connects on a 3, and it's 19-4 Hornell. Cross-court pass picked off by Pico. Pico, right side on the blocks. Brings it back out front. Kratz on top. Now it's Harwood, tucks it down low, and Dunn kisses it off the window with a nice spin move. His first 2 of the ball game at the 6:55 mark. It's 21-4 Hornell. Out front, it's Wadsworth stopping at the foul line. Harris jitterbugs his way down the baseline. Ball taken away. Dylan Harwood with a steal. Leaves it right side. Pico floating, shooting, scoring. Pico with the bucket. Timeout, Dansville. 6:35 left to play in the second quarter, and the Red Raiders are on the move. A 7-0 start for Hornell in the second quarter. Your score on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network in quarter number 2. Hornell 23, Dansville 4. Now Hornell's Jonas Scotty. That leg elevated, that left leg, you roll that ankle, and I'm not sure if he'll be back or not. We'll have to wait and see, but right now the Red Raiders don't really miss him that much because they've built themselves a 23-4 lead. Of course, he was part of that. Scotty's got 4 points in the ball game at this point, but the Hornell Red Raiders clicking on all cylinders early in this ball game. So, Caleb Rigdon bringing it up. 1-2-2 zone employed by Hornell. Picking up at half court. On the right-hand side, it's Colin Gray. Baseline right, 7-footer, no good. Rims it out left side. Pico on the move up the floor with Rigdon shadowing him. Left side bounce pass. Kicked away by Colin Gray. Well, Gray knocks it away. Hornell will keep it as they'll inbound it right at midcourt. Hornell with a 23-4 lead, a 7-0 run to start this second quarter. Kratz, right side of the foul line extended, outside the three-point arc now. Pico comes and gets it. Leaves it on top. Harwood makes a move to the left, cuts to the hole, puts a shot off the glass, no good. Whistling a foul. Bryce Applin, the hand check. Whistle for the foul, and going to the line is going to be Dylan Harwood. Harwood, a 6-foot junior, looking for his first points of the ball game. 6:01 showing on the first half timer. He misfires on the first one. Hornell, 2 of 5 from the free throw line, but they've made just about everything else, it seems like. And the second one on the way now. And Harwood can't get either one to go, but Pico corrals the rebound. Gets it back in the right-hand side. In the corner, Kratz looking for 3. No good. Babcock tracks it down for Hornell. Red Raiders own it out front. Left side, cutting to the hole, shooting, and no good. Whistling a foul. It's going to be on Drew Morrow. That's his third. And Pico will go to the line. Morrow's third personal occurs here in the second quarter with 5:44 left. Pico on the line, and the freshman drops the first one. Morrow out. Jonah Gray back. Hornell with a 24-4 lead. And make it 25 as Pico knocks them both down. So Hornell 25-4. Rigdon across midcourt on the right. Back to the left, Jacob Smith. Smith, high post pass for Applin. Knocked away from behind. Harwood leaves it out front for Pico. Pico, lob pass underneath. Whistle and an offensive foul on Eli Dunn. Trying to establish position, but did so by pushing, said the official. So, Dansville gets it back with another chance to close the gap some, and it's a big gap indeed. Smith, left side, dribbling down the paint. Jump it up, and the possession arrow favoring Dansville, who will keep it. Don't forget, Tuesday night girls sectional basketball. Dansville hosting, we believe, it's the Haverling Rams. We're not sure of a game time yet. Keep you posted, or check out the Dansville Mustang website. Pico with a deflection. A steal. Can't get the shot to go. Whistle and a foul on Jonah Gray. Jonah Gray's first personal. And going to the line is Gennaro Pico. 4:59 showing on the first half timer. Hornell with a 25-4 lead. And they extend it by one. 26-4. So the second one on the way now. Pico, and the freshman, strokes it. Well, I'll tell you, he has been a find for the Hornell Red Raiders. 27-4 in favor of the Red Raiders, looking to get revenge for that loss in Hornell a couple of weeks ago. Jacob Smith's shot, no good. Saved back in. Smith gets the offensive boards blocked. Underneath that time, Eli Dunn with the rejection. Basketball belongs to Dansville. 4:42 left to play in the first half, and it's been all Hornell, 27-4. Do not adjust your sets. Jonah Gray with a shot off the glass, no good. Pico with a rebound. Forecourt, right side crash. Slicing to the hole, spinning in the paint, shooting, no good. Rebound loose, and finally Jonah Gray picks it up for Dansville. Mustangs on the move in the forecourt. Rigdon from downtown, got it. Caleb Rigdon connects. So Rigdon with a tray at the 4:13 mark, 27-7 Hornell. Right side shot in the paint, no good for Pico. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Rigdon left side of the arc. Looks for the shot, won't take it. Foul line jumper, Bryce Applin in and out. Rebound underneath, taken by Dylan Harwood. Hornell goes the other way with it. They lead by 20. Across midcourt, give and go. Harwood at the top of the circle. Trying to keep the dribble alive. They get it down low. Double team pressure by Dunn. Dunn with a running one-hander across the lane and gets it to fall. So Eli Dunn with a strong move in the paint with 3:32 left to play, and it's 29-7. Hornell stolen away out front. Dunn, right side. It's Pico. Stops, pops, no whistle. Traveling called. So, line change for Dansville. Ryan Carnevale in, Ben Sick, and Tyler Harris come off of Dave Moody's bench to see if they can change the misfortunes for the Mustangs at this point. 29-7 Hornell with a lead. 3:19 left to play in the first half. Quite a different story than it was last time. Carnevale has the pass deflected back out front. Jake Smith's shot no good. It's tipped out of bounds by the Red Raiders. Dansville put it in play it underneath on the right-hand side. Harris in the corner, and now the outside jumper, Jonah Gray. Got it. Foul line jumper for Jonah Gray. Jonah Gray with a deuce at the 2:57 mark, and it's a 29-9 Hornell lead by 20. Pico has the ball knocked away momentarily by Harris. Gets it back. Whistle and a foul called on Jake Smith. That's his third. So Smith with his third personal foul at the 2:47 mark, and Pico on the free throw line looking to add to Hornell's advantage and misfires on the first one. He'll get one more. 29-9 your score. So Pico will try and make it an even 30 if he can hit the second end. And he cannot. Rebound to Christian Babcock for Hornell. Kratz back on top. Down low. Spinning to the hole. Shooting and scoring Eli Dunn. Good spin move to the baseline. Dunn with some good footwork for a big guy. 2:31 left, and it's a 31-9 Hornell lead. Stolen away. Pico, right side, slashing. Tries to go cross. Shot missed on the offensive rebound by Dunn, and the Mustangs with it. Gray looking to take it along the baseline. Shoots over Dunn off the window. No good. Pico with a rebound for Hornell. 2:08. Right-hand side. Kratz spinning into the paint. Whirling. Gives it out front. Nope. Traveling call. T-Berry shuffle there. Checking in for Hornell, Gates Miller, a 5'8 sophomore. So Miller in, Kratz out. Tyler Harris bringing it up the floor, 31-9. Hornell with a lead. Pico almost came up with yet another steal. So ball in play out front, Jake Smith to Harris. Harris, less than 2 minutes to play in the first half that Dansville would like to forget about to this point. Whistle out front. It's on Christian Babcock. That's his second. 1:46 showing on the timer. Dansville with a win. And right now it would be an uphill climb. They would secure the number 5 spot and play number 4 Pal Mac on Monday night in Palmyra. Out front, Carnevale gives it up. Foul line jumper for Sick, no good. And basketball off of Hornell underneath as Jake Smith was battling underneath there with Gates Miller. Smith to put it back in with a minute and a half left to play. 25 on the shot clock. Smith underneath gets the basketball, but a whistle and a foul called. Foul called on Gates Miller. That's his first. And Jake Smith will go to the line with a minute 33 showing here in this first half. 31-9. Make it 31-10. Smith sinks Dansville's first free throw. So second one on the way for Jacob Smith. 31-10 your score. Make it 31-11. So Smith bottoms them both out. So ball tipped in the backcourt. Mustangs can't take it away though. Double team pressure right side. Pico outside the arc, pulls up, shoots three. No good. Right side rebound for Miller. Babcock left side of the arc, swings it right side. It's Pico again. Little jitterbug move off the glass, no good. Dunn clears the rebound, puts it in, and a foul called on Ben Sick. 2+1 for Dunn. Dunn with a 2+1 opportunity. So Dansville gets a bucket and then they give it back. So checking in, here comes Bryce Afflin. Ben Sick takes a seat. Misfires on the free throw, and the Mustangs clear the boards. So 33-11 from the outside. Carnevale with three. So Carnevale connects at the 1 minute mark, and it's 33-14. Right side Pico, left side Babcock in the paint, loses the handle. Mustangs come up with it. Jonah Gray in the backcourt. 45 seconds left ahead, right side. It's Carnevale. Back on top, Smith gives it up, high post, Bryce Afflin, left side. Harris steps in, running one-hander, no good, but drew the foul. It's going to be on Pico. That's his second. It was in the act of shooting, so Harris going to the free throw line with 34 seconds remaining in this first half. Hornell still with a sizable lead of 33-14. Harris looking for his first points of the night and got it. So the second one on the way for Tyler Harris. And the sophomore can't get the second one to go down. Dunn with the rebound, and Kirk Scholes with a timeout. 32 seconds left to play in this first half. You're watching boys basketball on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network with your score. Hornell 33, Dansville 15. Now the Dansville JVs finished their season at 7-3 in boys basketball. Unsure of how the Dansville girls JV team made out last night in Hornell. Didn't hear any score on that. The Varsity won. Kristen Kirshner's team finishing the year at 10-0 and the number 2 seed in Class B2. Pico with it out front. 23 seconds left. Carnevale on him. A defense by Ryan. Pico gives it up on the right side now, gets it back. Pico makes a move to the left. Lob pass underneath to Dunn, who scoops and scores. Nice feed that time. As Dunn with the bucket with 5 seconds left to go from downtown. No good. We have come to the end of one half of play, ladies and gentlemen, at the Mustangs Corral in Dansville. Different story on the other side of Route 36 today than it was a couple of weeks ago. At halftime in boys basketball on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network, it's the Hornell Red Raiders 35, the Dansville Mustangs 15. Well, it's halftime on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Glad you could join us on DMSN tonight. Yep, believe it or not, regular season comes to a close, and boy, the Hornell Red Raiders came here a little bit hungry after dropping a 10-point decision in Hornell to the Dansville Mustangs. It has been Hornell Red Raiders since the start. Dansville scored the first basket by Drew Morrow, and then Hornell went on a 16-0 run, which covered the next 6 minutes of play. It was a 16-4 first quarter. The Hornell Red Raiders continued in the second as they went to the inside presence of Eli Dunn. Dunn with 10 second quarter points to lead a 19-11 run. Dansville finally got on track a little bit offensively, but couldn't contain the Red Raiders. At halftime, it is 35-15. Taking a look inside the numbers, Hornell has been led by Gennaro Pico's 12 points. Eli Dunn with 10, all of them coming in the second quarter. A.J. Hoyt with 6. Jonas Scotty with 4. He was on the bench with an ankle injury. Now, whether he'll be back in the second half, we'll see. Noah Kratz with 3. Hornell, 50% from the free throw line, 6 out of 12. Meanwhile, the Dansville Mustangs, they have been paced by Drew Morrow's 4 points. They came in the first half. Morrow had to sit most of the second quarter. He has got 3 personal fouls, picked up his third with 5:44 left to go in the second. Ryan Carnevale, Caleb Rigdon, each with 3. Jonah Gray and Jacob Smith with 2. Tyler Harris with 1. Dansville 75% from the line, 3 out of 4. Meanwhile, earlier today in junior varsity action, some good Dansville news there. They finished the season at 7-3 as Dansville defeats Hornell 44-33. Reed Martin with 14. Ethan Canfield and Zayden Blackman with 9 apiece. Reese Dixon with 6. Nate Gardner with 4. Azan Sohail with 2 for Dansville. Hornell was led by Aaron McInerney's 10 points, PJ Pico with 8, and Xavier Patrick with 5 for the Hornell JVs. Meanwhile, yesterday in girls basketball, the Dansville Lady Mustangs finished their regular season at 10-0 as they went into Hornell and opened the game at the Maple City Garden with a 23-5 run in the first quarter, 16-6 in the second. It was 39-11 at halftime. Dansville would wind up with a 65-50 win last night. They clinch, obviously, the Livingston County Division I crown, also an unbeaten regular season. They will be the number 2 seed in the B2 sectionals behind Waterloo. And according to what we can see at this point, the official seedings have not come out yet, but it looks like Dansville, the girls, will be hosting the Haverling Rams next Tuesday night here. We're not certain of what time it will be, but we will have the game live for you here on DMSN, the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. And just prior to the ball game, Mike Birmingham and I guess, got our official wind jackets with the Mustangs logo and the Sports Network printed on it. So our thanks to Dave Moody for that. But at any rate, we'll have live coverage on Tuesday night. And should the Dansville Mustang ladies prevail on Tuesday, they would host the semifinal game on Thursday against a yet-to-be-determined opponent. And should they win there is a good chance they will probably be on the road next Saturday, 1 week from today. That is, if Waterloo winds up still in the tournament. Waterloo is the 1 seed. If it ends up 1-2, the Dansville Lady Mustangs would have to travel to Waterloo next Saturday for the championship game. Meanwhile, on the boys' side of things, the Dansville boys with a win could secure the number 5 spot. That's about as high as they could go, and they would be on the road at Palmyra Macedon next Monday night. Yet a loss would put the Mustangs, instead of on the road, put them on the bubble. And right now they trail by 20, and they could be on the bubble with Northeast Douglas. The uncertain part of the equation is what is the tiebreaker in this COVID campaign. There has been no talk about that at this point in time, but if Dansville loses, there is a chance they could wind up tied with Northeast Douglas for the 8th spot. Either way, if they do get in, they would have to visit the number 1 seeded Wayne Eagles to start the postseason tournament. A nice way to go, but at any rate, I'm sure Dave Moody's team is up for the challenge for sure. They'll take it instead of having to sit it out. So time will tell after the dust settles in today's action. The dust has just about settled in the girls. There is a few girls games today, but we don't believe any of them affect the Dansville Lady Mustangs status. We'll have to double check those brackets once they officially are posted today on the girls Section 5 website, and we'll keep you posted there. So boys next week, as far as Class B goes, would be Monday, Wednesday, championship on Friday. Girls, quarterfinals on Tuesday, semifinals Thursday, championship on Saturday. Now we'll have to wait and see where things play out for both of these ball clubs. And, of course, the Hornell Red Raiders on the boys' side of things will be on the road either way, according to Kirk Scholes. They could either be the 6 seed or the 5 seed, and the possibilities are either going to Livonia or going to Palmac. So interesting, though, the other night, the Avon Braves defeated the Livonia boys, and quite a dandy of a matchup, a 4-point ball game there. The only loss for the Livonia Bulldogs, but goes to show you anything can happen on a given night. Yeah, the Dansville Mustangs are hoping that anything can happen in a given half. We'll see what happens in half number 2 as they try to overcome a 20-point deficit. We'll have second half action here for you on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network in just a moment. Right now, your score at halftime on the final day of the regular season. It's Hornell 35, Dansville 15. Now back here at the corral for the final time for boys basketball on the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network. Last night in the Dansville girls game, winning on the road 65-50. Sydney Stone with 16 points. Hannah LaPlante with 13. Maddie Lee with 13. Ray Young 11 and 16 rebounds. Second half underway. Gennaro Pico. Hornell moving from left to right here in the second half. Babcock with it out front. Right side, back on top. Ball knocked away by Harris. Couldn't come up with the steal, though. Pico on top. He is only a freshman, and he has made an impact. Trying to make a move on the left side. Cut off, though. 15 on the shot clock. Down low, they go to Dunn. Spinning to the hole, shooting off the window. No good. Rebound taken by Caleb Rigdon. Rigdon pushing it up the floor. Left-hand side, it's Harris. Rigdon on top again. Looks to the left, gets it to Harris. Harris back on top. It's Colin Gray running one-hander off the glass. No good. Rebound underneath. Morrow saves it back in. Rigdon, right side, shooting 3. No good. Right side rebound out front. Babcock with it. Forecourt on the right. It's Pico slicing to the hole. Blocked from behind by Colin Gray with a nice save. Foot was on the line. Harris came up with the basketball, was standing on the sideline, the official said, so Hornell gets it back. Notice the Hornell Red Raiders went right inside to Dylan Dunn, trying to get Morrow his 4th personal foul. Inbounds out front, downtown, it's A.J. Hoyt, no good, tipped back up and in by Babcock. Babcock with a tip in at the 6:48 mark, and it's 37-15, Hornell. Left side, Morrow shooting 3. He got it. So the big guy steps out and drains a 3 at the 6.5-minute mark, and it's 37-18. Dansville's going to need a few of those to get back in this ballgame. Pico at the foul line, and now Babcock shooting downtown. Gets it to drop for 3. So Christian Babcock with a 3. 6:16 left, and it's 40-18 Hornell. Right side, Harris in the corner. Jonah Gray, no good. Rebound off the floor to A.J. Hoyt. Pico pushing it up the floor across midcourt on the right side. High post pass back out front. Hoyt again for 3. Short of the mark. It goes out of bounds. Dansville gets it back. Jonas Scotty hobbling around, and looks like he will not return. He has got the sneaker off and kind of gingerly hobbling along. Injured that left ankle earlier in the ball game. Rigdon tosses one down the hallway, thinking that somebody was there, and Bryce Applin has to chase it out by the Gatorade machine. 5:46 left to play in the third. 40-18, Hornell with the lead, looking to close their regular season which consisted of 11 games. Harris steps in and steals, slashes to the hole, can't get the shot to drop. Rebound to Babcock in the backcourt, double dribble, Dansville gets it back. Unforced errors, but Dansville has got to take advantage of them. So Colin Gray will put it in play. Right side foul line extended, out front, Jonah Gray with it. Back to Colin. Right side, it's Harris. Shot off the window, no good. Rigdon in the paint. The land of the Giants escapes, gets back out front. Colin Gray at the foul line, leaves it right side corner, knocked away by Hoyt. Right side jumper, partially deflected by Hoyt. Hornell comes up with a rebound. 5 minutes left in the third. Red Raiders with a 40-18 lead. On top, Babcock handling it, gives it up left-hand side. Hoyt and Babcock play catch with it. Hoyt, low post pass, they give it up. Dunn cuts to the hole, shoots and scores. Dunn with a nice move along the baseline. 4:38 left to play in the third, 42-18. Hornell. Underneath, Drew Morrow gets free. Nice feed underneath, and Morrow with 9 points. 4:23 left, and it's a 42-20 game. Turned it over, did the Red Raiders. Dansville gets it back. Foul called on Gennaro Pico. That's his third. On top, it's Colin Gray, and now Rigdon. Colin Gray, left side of the arc, high post pass, Jonah Gray. Harris shooting three, top of the circle, no good. Rebound, Eli Dunn. Pico across midcourt. Left-hand side, slicing down the lane, puts a shot up, no good. Whistle and a foul called. And it's on Drew Morrow, his fourth. 3:52 left. And going to the line, Gennaro Pico. So 3:52 left. Hornell with a 42-20 lead. And they failed to add to it on the first free throw by Pico. Pico 12 points in the ballgame so far. Looking for his first score of the second half. 42-20, Hornell with the lead. Second one for Pico. And he can't get either one to go. Drew Morrow clears the boards. Right side corner, Rigdon for three. Got it. Rigdon. His second three of the night. 3:40 left. 42-23, Hornell. Ball knocked away at midcourt. Red Raiders maintain possession. Pico again with it out front, loses it, and Colin Gray scoops it up for the black and white. Right side out front, it is Rigdon. Retreats, shoots three again, no good. Right side rebound, Colin Gray on the offensive boards for Dansville, taken away from behind. Whistle and a timeout. Griffin Baker with the steal, and the timeout for Kirk Scholes. 3:11 left to play here in the third quarter on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. You're watching boys basketball. Your score, Hornell 42, Dansville 23. So third quarter action here in the Dansville Mustang Sports Network, where the Mustangs try to keep their sectional hopes alive. A win would do so. They would be on the road at Palmac on Monday. A loss would put a question mark next to their name, along with Northeast Douglas. to see what the tiebreaker is. And Dave Moody is hoping it's wins because Dansville has 5 wins on the year, more than Northeast Douglas does. But we'll have to wait and see. Out front, Babcock with it. Directing traffic, right side, 3 minutes left to play in the third. Ball tipped out of bounds by Caleb Rigdon. For Hornell, they are in win or lose, it looks like. And they would be on the road playing either in Livonia or at Palmac. Downtown left side, point no good. Done with the offensive boards. Whistle, traveling called. Put the ball on the floor and did the T-Berry shuffle, said the man in the striped shirt. 2:47 left in the third. Dansville looking to slice a little more away from that big deficit. Ryan Carnevale with it. Right side wing, it's Rigdon again for 3, no good. Rebound, Drew Morrow muscling it back up, whistle and a foul. Eli Dunn, that's his second. And Morrow will be headed to the free throw line. And that's the way Dave Moody wants to get the points at this point in time, with the clock stopped. Clock on Hornell's side, 2:31 showing in the third, and the Red Raiders with a 42-23 lead. Morrow, first one, no good. Dansville needs them both, I'll tell you that. So, 2:31 left. Second one on the way for Morrow. And gets the second one to drop. So Morrow gets 1 of 2, and it's 42-24. Pico, right side of the arc, uses up the dribble, right side. Harris almost got a steal there, but Baker hangs on to it. Baker, right side, high post pass. It's Pico out front. Babcock for 3, no good. Rebound, Drew Morrow, right side wing. Across midcourt, it's Rigdon. Rigdon on top, left side, Harris for 3, no good. Off the window, rebound, Dunn. Out front, Gennaro Pico. Whistle in the backcourt, offensive foul. Illegal screen on Baker, that's his third. And the ball will go back to the Mustangs. So the Mustangs with a chance to whittle a little bit more away. 2 minutes left to play here in the third. There's still a lot of time left. Dansville just needs to catch fire and make some defensive stops. Down low, it's Drew Morrow leaning, shooting off the window. No good. Gets his own rebound back. Saved back in by Hornell. Babcock starts the fast break, and Pico on the right side wing. Gives it back up on top. Swing it left side for Hoyt. High post pass. Pico, jumper in the paint, gets it to go. He is one heck of a shooter, and he is only a freshman. Minute 25 left, and it's 44-24. Hornell by 20 still. Jumper from the foul line is good for Jonah Gray. 4 points for Jonah with a minute 13 left. 44-26. Mustangs with the loose ball and the steal. So with a minute left in this third quarter, Carnevale outside the arc on the right. Puts it on the floor, loses the handle. Jump it up, they say, and the possession arrow will favor Dansville. 52 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 44-26 your score. Hornell with the lead. And checking in, Gates Miller and Dylan Harwood for Kirk Scholl's team. Carnevale out right side. Morrow for 3. High off the window. No good. Rebound to Harris. Harris in the paint. Puts the short jumper up. No good. Rebound out front. Carnevale in the paint. Brings it back right side. Rigdon for 3. Got it. So Rigdon, his third 3 of the game with 33 seconds left. Ball knocked out of bounds. The Mustangs with it, forcing the turnover. 44-29. Mustangs with possession and 31 seconds left, and they get it back. So Carnevale looks to get it in. Bounce pass. Timeout, Dansville. So with 31 seconds left to play in the third, Dave Moody wants to talk about it, wants to try and keep that momentum rolling. Your score on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network as we get ready to close the third. It's Hornell 44, Dansville 29. Well, the Dansville Mustangs looking to put on a little spurt to close this third quarter and maybe gather a little momentum for the fourth. They certainly need it after trailing by about 20 for most of the ball game. 44-29, Dave Moody's troops will put it in. Morrow will inbound it on the right side blocks. Looking out front, right side corner, it's Carnevale, gets it back to Morrow. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Gray out front. Rigdon from downtown for three, no good off the window. Rebound to Hornell with 20 seconds left to play in the third. Hornell will try and run the clock out. Ball almost picked off there by Rigdon. On top, Babcock, high post pass, left side wing. It's Hoyt from downtown up over the support. And with 3 seconds left to go, Dansville with a chance to maybe put the final points of the third quarter on the board. They put a few fractions of a second back on, 4.2. Harris across midcourt, gives it up. Rigdon at the buzzer, no good. We've come to the end of 3 on DMSN's coverage of high school basketball. Boys action on Route 36. The rival matchup through 3. It's Hornell 44, Dansville 29. Well, the Dansville Mustangs need a little spurt here if they want to make certain they are in the playoffs. Top 8 seeds make it in each classification this year. 3 sectional games, a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and a final. And for Class B and boys, it would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week with the higher seed hosting. So Hornell with the basketball. Baker gets it back. Pico, pressured by Rigdon on top. Looks to the right, keeps the dribble alive up front and gives it up to Baker. Baker, right side wing. Harwood back on top. Swing it right side. Babcock. Pico penetrating, shooting high off the glass. No good. Rebound. Kick back out front by Harwood. Traveling called. So the turnover gives the ball back to Dansville. Mustangs need to take advantage of these opportunities. Dansville outscored Hornell 14-9 in the third, but they're going to have to do a lot more of that in the fourth quarter. Jump stop, jump hook, and good for Drew Morrow. So Morrow gets the Mustangs started in the right direction with 7:21 left. 44-31 Hornell. Pico, left side, brings it out front for Babcock. Right side, high post pass. They give it to Pico in the paint. Back out front, Harwood shooting 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Harris. Mustangs pushing it up the floor on the right side. Harris taking it baseline opposite. Rigdon for 3, off the mark. Rebound right side, turnaround bank shot, no good for Morrow. Ball loose in the paint. Jump it up, they say. Dansville will keep it. Dansville closer than they've been most of the ball game, trailing by 13 right now. 44-31. It's been 20 or 22 for most of the afternoon. So Morrow to get it in. Out front, Rigdon, left side of the arc. Directing traffic as he goes. Right side, Carnivale. Right side corner, it's Harris for three. Got it! Harris drills a three. 6:31 left to play, and it's a 10-point ball game, 44-34 Hornell. On top, Pico in the paint, shooting, can't get it to drop, rebound, tip back out front, Rigdon with it for Dansville, pushing it up the floor, right-hand side, leaves it for Carnivale for three, no good. Rebound out front, whistle and a foul called. I believe it's on Tyler Harris. So Dunn back in, Harwood out. For Harris, that's his second. Baker will put the basketball back in play. 6 minutes left to play in the game. Hornell by 10. Right side, Pico. Right side, it's done. Outside jumper, no good. Jonah Gray collects it off the hardwood. Right side, it's Rigdon. Rigdon on top. Left side, it's Harris in the corner. Carnivale down low. Jump hook for Morrow, no good. Rebound, tip back up by Harris. Can't get it to drop. Rebound loose, and the Red Raiders scoop it up. Pico ahead on the right side for Hoyt. High post pass for Dunn down low. No, traveling call. Came to the jump stop, but 1 foot hit the ground first, and that's the pivot foot. Kirk Scholes wants timeout. 5:30 left to play in the ball game on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. We're in the fourth quarter at the Corral. It's Hornell 44, Dansville 34. Well, fans, if you're looking to keep an eye on that postseason picture, do not have the official numbers here, but after talking to both of these coaches, Kirk Scholes from the Hornell Red Raiders says that his team could finish either 5 or 6, and in either case, they will be on the road Monday at either Livonia or Palmac. And that's win or lose, Hornell will be in. Dansville, on the other hand, if they win, they would be 5 and would travel to Palmac. And if they lose, they are left with a question mark, tied for the number 8 spot, with the question being, what is the tiebreaker? Rigdon out front. It's Harris. Makes a move in the paint. Jump shot foul line. No good. Rebound. Red Raiders. Pico in the backcourt. Hornell by 10. Rigdon on a reach in. His first personal. Team's third. Rigdon with a trio of three-pointers in the game. 5:11 left to play. Hornell came in with a record of 6-4. They had 11 games on their schedule. Out front, ball almost picked off by Harris. No. Whistle and an offensive foul. It's going to be on Griffin Baker, his fourth personal. So Baker, with his fourth, with 5 minutes exactly left to play here in the fourth quarter. And on the line, Drew Morrow. And gets the first one. Apparently, there was a technical foul assessed. So Morrow drops the first and drops the second. And the Mustangs get possession. 44-36. So Dansville out front. Left side. Swing it right side for Rigdon. Whistling a foul on Babcock. His third. 8-point ball game. Dansville was down by as many as 22 at one juncture in this game. Out front, it's Harris. Swing it left side. Wadsworth. Ball tipped by Babcock. Gray comes up with a Jonah Gray. Shot blocked by Eli Dunn. Dandy of a defensive play that time by the 6'6 senior, who swatted it away. Dunn with 15 points the first time the two teams played in a losing effort. Harris out front. Morrow, jump shot, foul line. Got it! Morrow with a bucket. At the 4:38 mark, it's a 44-38 game. Mustangs back in it. Ball out front. Harris with a steal for Dansville. Harris across midcourt. Rigdon, top of the arc. Looks for help. Wadsworth puts it on the floor. 4:20 left to play. Left side corner. Harris bounce pass underneath. Too hot for Morrow to handle on the low blocks. 44-38. Dansville trying to get back in it. They are back in it. They'd like to turn up the heat a little bit more. Hoyt on the baseline, bottled up. Back out front, 4 minutes left to play in the game. It's Hornell by 6, 44-38. Back on top, it's Babcock looking to the right, gives it up Harwood. High post pass, gives it to Pico. Out front, Harwood's jumper, no good. Rebound, Dunn, tips it up, no good. Rebound, Jonah Gray for Dansville. Mustangs with possession. Wadsworth across midcourt. Rigdon out front. Down low, Drew Morrow, turnaround jumper, got it! Morrow with a bucket. 3:30 left to play, and it's 44-40. Timeout, Hornell Red Raiders. Drew Morrow, a couple of buckets, a couple of free throws, and the Mustangs are banging on the door. On the Dansville Mustangs Sports Network, 3:27 left to play in this one and in the regular season. It's Hornell 44, Dansville 40. Well, in case you just joined us, the Dansville Mustangs have put on an 11-0 run to start this fourth quarter and have taken their deficit from as many as 22 points down to 4 points right here with 3.5 minutes left to play in the game. Hornell with a 44-40 lead as Noah Kratz reports to the scorer's table for the Red Raiders and checks in. Drew Morrow has had the hot hand with 8 fourth quarter points. He has 14 in the second half, 18 altogether. Dylan Harwood will put it in play for the Red Raiders. Pico in the backcourt, Rigdon on him. To midcourt to the left, down the lane, scoops off the window, no good. Jonah Gray with a rebound. Dansville up the floor, 3-on-3. Whistle. And a foul called against Hornell away from the ball. Harris went down and somebody shoved him. So checking in, Noah Kratz. Checking out, Dylan Harwood. Foul called on Eli Dunn, his third. 3:15 left to play. Can Dansville complete the comeback? Harris across midcourt. Right side, it's Wadsworth. Left side, high post pass knocked away, stolen away by Hornell. One thing Dansville can afford to do is turn the ball over, especially now. Pico with the basketball out front. The clock on Hornell's side. A lead by 4. Right side, Kratz. On top, it's Babcock. Left side, it's Hoyt. They look to the right, give to the left. Right side, Hoyt from the outside, no good. Rebound, done with the offensive boards and the tip in and the score. So done with the deuce with 2:34 left, 46-40 Hornell. Dawson Wadsworth out front, high post pass. Jonah Gray at the foul line as the ball knocked away, feeds it out front. Wadsworth downtown for three, no good. Harris underneath with the offensive boards, puts it up and in. Harris with the bucket. Timeout, Dansville. 2:15 left to play in the ball game on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Your score now, Hornell 46, Dansville 42. Well, the question mark here for the Dansville Mustangs is there enough sand left in the hourglass to force an extra session or win this one and secure themselves a sectional spot? If Dansville loses, they will be on the bubble, and we'll just have to wait and see what the official ruling is on what the tiebreaker is with Northeast Douglas. Dave Moody seems to think that Dansville and Northeast Douglas would be tied if the Mustangs lose tonight. And what the tiebreaker is your bet is as good as mine, but Dansville is hoping it's wins because Dansville has more wins than Northeast Douglas does. We'll see. Pico in the backcourt. To across midcourt. Ball knocked away by Rigdon. Taken away by Rigdon. Whistling a foul on Pico. Pico, I believe that's his fourth, if I'm not mistaken. Rigdon at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Huge free throws with 2:06 left to play in this ball game. Rigdon, first one on the way. Got it. 3-point ball game. 46-43. Rigdon with one more. Misfires, and Harris with the rebound. Ball taken away by Noah Kratz. Kratz with it in the backcourt. Babcock, a minute 57 left to play. Hornell by 3 at 46-43. Pico, right side of the arc, goes down low, Dunn along the baseline, scoops off the window, no good, rebound out front. Jonah Gray for Dansville. Mustangs, a three-pointer would tie it. Harris, right side, Rigdon, mishandled it out front, ball deflects into the Dansville bench. A minute 37 left to play in the ball game. So, Kratz out, Baker in, Pico with it, a minute 35 and counting. Hornell by 3, ball loose out front, and the ball was out of bounds to Dansville. Dawson Wadsworth and Gennaro Pico both hit the hardwood hard and come up no better, worse for wear. Dansville put it in play, trailing by 3, a minute 28 left to play. Harris, right side, Wadsworth, whistling a foul and a reach in on Babcock. And Wadsworth will be at the line. So Dawson Wadsworth with 1:22 left can shave away part of that 3-point advantage. Wadsworth looking for his first points of the night. First one on the way. Got it. A little bit of English for Dawson Wadsworth. Turns it into a 2-point game, 46-44. He's got one more on the way. Wadsworth from the line, the 5'9" sophomore. Got it! 1-point ball game, 46-45. Hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Could be quite a finish here on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Left side, Pico down low. It's done. Loses the handle on it. Jump it up, they say. It's Hornell basketball. 1:04 showing on the clock. Hornell 46, Dansville 45. Babcock to get it in. Right side, it's Pico. Rigdon on him. We're inside of a minute. Hoyt back on top. Pico pulls up, shoots, no good. Rebound out front. Pico gets it back. Right side. It's Hoyt for three. No good. Rebound underneath. Jump it up. No, timeout. Hornell. Timeout. Hornell. Red Raiders with a timeout. Hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching boys basketball on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Your score with 47 seconds left. Hornell 46, Dansville 45. Well, the Dansville Mustangs have put on a 16-2 run in this fourth quarter. But the question is, can they get the two more points that would put them over the top? Looks like the walking wounded for the Hornell Red Raiders over there. Jackson White out, Colin McCumsky out, and now Jonas Scotty. Basketball in Hornell's hands. 47 seconds left to play in the game. It's Hornell by 1, 46-45. So Gennaro Pico will put the ball in play underneath on the left-hand side for the Red Raiders. Dunn gives it back to Pico. Pico out front. Gives it up on top. 40 seconds left. Left-hand side, Pico. Pico on top. Crossover dribble. 32 seconds left. 19 on the shot clock. On the left-hand side, whistling a foul called on Caleb Rigdon. His second, or check it, his third on the day. Non-shooting foul. 27 seconds left to play in the ball game. Shot clock is off. Dansville's going to need a steal or something. Whistling a foul called on Dawson Wadsworth off of the inbounds. That's his second. 26 seconds left to play. And a timeout on the floor. 26 ticks of the timer left. And we've got a dandy, ladies and gentlemen, at the corral on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. It's Hornell 46, Dansville 45. Well, early on in this ball game, do you remember when the score was Hornell 27, Dansville 4? That was with 5 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Hornell had a 23-point lead. The Mustangs have hung around, whittled away here in the second half. Right now on a 16-2 run, but they are still short a point in this one. 26 seconds left. Hornell with the basketball and a chance to run the clock out. They look to get it in. Out front, it's Babcock. Babcock out front with it. They give it up. Pico right side. 20 seconds left. Whistle and a foul called on Rigdon. And that is his fourth. So Rigdon with his fourth, 19 seconds left to go in the game. Hornell by 1. That foul previous to Rigdon's erased the shot clock and gave them a fresh 27 seconds. Pico whistling a foul out front. It's going to be on Harris, his third. Or check it. No, they whistled it on Dawson Wadsworth. It's Wadsworth's third. And Pico goes to the free throw line with 17 seconds left to play, looking to add to the Hornell lead. Pico with 14 on the night here in the fourth quarter. First one, got it. 2-point ball game, 47-45, Red Raiders. Pico trying to force Dansville to hit a three to tie it. The freshman on the line. And got them both. Pico with two huge free throws. 48-45. 14 seconds left. Left side, it's Wadsworth. Downtown three, no good. Right side rebound to the Red Raiders. Whistling a foul called on Jonah Gray. Gray with a foul. And with 6 seconds left to play, the Red Raiders will be on the line looking to wrap this ball game up possibly. 48-45. And Christian Babcock will go to the line with a chance to more or less ice the cake for Hornell with 6.7 left to go. Babcock on the line. First one, got it, and he does. So the Red Raiders in the driver's seat by 4. He can make it a 5-point ball game here. Babcock, second one on the way. And no good. They get one of two. Morrow and now Harris. Right side, timeout, Dansville with 3 seconds left to play. And right now, Dave Moody has got to find a way in this next minute to come up with a 4-point play, allowing somebody to take a three and somehow get a foul. You got to make the three, number one, and number two, you have to have the foul occur. And then, of course, you've got to send whoever it is to the line and make it. That could be a tall order for this final 3.5 seconds left to play here in this regular season. But what a thrilling finish either way it is going to be. Here in the fourth quarter as the Red Raiders break the huddle from Kirk Scholes, looking to survive the storm here. They led by as many as 23 earlier on, and Dansville shaved it down to 1 with 1:22 left, but have not been able to get it to fall since then. Jonah Gray will put it in play with 3.5 left to play. Out front, they look, right side, ball comes in to Wadsworth, shoots the three, no good, and that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. The Hornell Red Raiders will win it. A dandy here at the Corral tonight in boys basketball in the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. The Mustangs come back but cannot overcome the Red Raiders. Your final score tonight in the final game of the regular season, the Hornell Red Raiders 49, the Dansville Mustangs 45. We'll be back to wrap it up for you in just a moment. Right. 6, 8, 10, 16, 5 of 6, 6 of 8, 9 of 12. Well, back here at the Mustangs Corral, believe it or not, the high school basketball boys regular season is now history. And the other big question right now, it could be history for the Dansville Mustangs, depending upon what the tiebreaker is in the sectionals here in this COVID campaign. We'll have to wait and see. Dansville now would fall into what appears to be a flat-footed tie for the 8th spot with Northeast Douglas. And the question being, what is the tiebreaker? Dansville is hoping that it wins because they would have more wins than Northeast Douglas, but that is uncertain at this point, and we'll try and keep you posted. Anyway, post-game wrap-up here on the DMS end tonight for the final game of the regular season. Dansville came out, scored the first bucket of the ball game on a Drew Morrow deuce, and then the Hornell Red Raiders went on a 16-2 run to close the quarter and took a 16-4 lead into the second. They added to it, going up by as many as 23 at one point in time. They were up 27-4 with 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. They held a 20-point lead at the half, 35-15. Then all of a sudden, the tides turned. Dansville managed to outscore Hornell 14-9 in the third quarter, got a trio of threes from Caleb Rigdon and Drew Morrow, who knocked down long-distance shots that brought the Mustangs back in it. Dansville went on a 16-2 run in the fourth quarter. They started it with an 11-0 run and came from a 42-29 deficit to a 44-40 deficit. Down the stretch run, the Mustangs got a deuce from Tyler Harris. Dawson Wadsworth hit 2 free throws, which turned this game into a 1-point contest with 1:22 left to go. Gennaro Pico, the freshman Iceman for the Hornell Red Raiders, went to the line and drilled a pair of free throws, which put Hornell back up by 3. Christian Babcock hit 1 of 2, making it a 4-point game. Dansville could not get any closer as the final shot missed, and the Hornell Red Raiders escape with a split against their Route 36 rivals. Dansville won by 10 in Hornell earlier in the season. The Red Raiders win this one 49-45. For Hornell, they were paced by Gennaro Pico, the freshman, with 16 points in the ball game. Eli Dunn with 14. A.J. Hoyt and Christian Babcock with 6 apiece. Jonas Scotty with 4. He was injured in the first quarter, and that might have been a big factor for the Hornell Red Raiders there. Noah Kratz with 3. Hornell 50% from the free throw line, 9 out of 18. Meanwhile, the Dansville Mustangs, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14, were paced by Andrew Morrow, who had 18 points, 14 of them in the second half. Caleb Rigdon with 10 for the Mustangs. Tyler Harris contributed 6. Jonah Gray with 4. Ryan Carnevale with 3, Dawson Wadsworth and Jacob Smith with 2 apiece. Dansville 9 out of 12 from the free throw line as they finish the regular season at 5-5. Hornell finishes at 7-4, and they would move into the 5 spot. They will probably be visiting Palmac on Monday night at a time to be announced. As for the Dansville Mustangs boys basketball team, we're going to have to sit on our heels, pray, or whatever this weekend that the tiebreaker falls the Mustangs' way somehow. If it does, they would visit the number 1 seed on Monday night, the Wayne Eagles. So we'll try and keep you posted there. Meanwhile, we will have live coverage here on DMSN of girls sectional basketball on Tuesday night. The Dansville Lady Mustangs are here at the Corral against, we believe it is the Haverling Rams in the quarterfinal matchup. We'll have all the action live for you. The time has not yet been specified, so keep to your sources of information, and they'll keep you informed. And we'll be here on Tuesday night with some exciting postseason basketball right here on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Thanks to the good Lord above for giving us another great night of exciting basketball action and a great regular season here on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Thanks to Mike Birmingham and company for technical expertise, shall we say, and keeping us on the air and keeping us going. And we'll be keeping us going to the postseason next week as well. And we hope that you'll be with us then. Once again, your final score tonight from the Mustangs Corral, final game of the regular season in boys basketball on the Dansville Mustang Sports Network. Close, but the Mustangs could not overcome. Your final score tonight, the Hornell Red Raiders 49, the Dansville Mustangs 45. Good night, everybody.